Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Now, owing to the new copper rules on YouTube, you might have noticed lots of channels have started disappearing. So I just want to make it abundantly clear that this is an adult video. To that extent, this is a beer. These are drugs. And fuck, cunt, you kids watching porn, get them to change the video now. Right, that should about do it. This is definitely not a child-friendly video. Welcome to Season 1, Episode 2 of The Security Guards. This is a corporation campaign where we play Osric. That makes no sense. These two rulebooks get bashed together into one single game. It makes perfect sense in play. Don't worry if it makes no sense. You can just go back and watch the last episode and it'll make more sense. But for now, let's get on and introduce our players. Let's do it Dallas style. Ba, ba, ba. Oh, no, there's 4 of us. It doesn't do the Dallas thing with 4 people. Never mind. I'll just kick a player. Boom. There we go. Dallas. I'll bring him back in. That's a bit unfair to kick someone. Okay, let's introduce Dale Reagan Tallis Nightingale. So, Dale, would you like to say hello to our viewer, Steve?
Yes, I would. I would like to apologize for anyone with sensitive ears who may have been shocked by that intro, but quite frankly, if you were, you don't know this channel and these live streams and these particular episodes of Corporation very well at all, do you? Yes, Ronnie here. In Corporation, I am lowly security guard with ideas well above his station, Dale Regan. And in the MMO that we are so addicted to, I am the wonderful cleric Tallis Nightingale, because let's face it, he is but an extension of my greatness.
And let's go have a word with, thankfully he put his name in brackets, so I do actually know his real name, but let's go have a word with Kevin Bootle.
Hello, yes, I'm Kevin Bootle, a security guard with aspirations above his station as well. He thinks he's a combat ace, and he thinks he knows everything about strategy and weapons and etc. But he usually fails quite appallingly. And in Osric, I am Kelrig, the barbarian. Much beer and eating of pickled sow's ears will ensue.
And let's hear, last but not least, from Danny McGee, the Bizburper.
Yes, I was, way delayed reaction in making a joke like that. I thought it would happen from the beginning, but never mind. I am playing Danny McGee, who is something of a hacker on the team. However, he has just been banned from World of Worldcraft for 24 hours. Because he doesn't know that system very well. And in the world of Worldcraft, he is the usurper, but because he's cool and edgy, he uses V's instead of U's, which is also found in lots of black metal. So yes, very cavalt. And He's a guy who's sort of quite methodical and patronizing and a bit underweight, which is kind of reflected in the Usurper as well, except the Usurper has a very generic tragic backstory, as all rogues should.
Sunday passes. Tallis Nightingale and Kelric get a bit more XP, but nothing exceptional. They experience a little bit more of the MO, but Monday comes around. And it is work day, and you guys are on duty on the night shift, as always. Having to get yourself adjusted back to doing your night shift hours, having been to BlizzCon at the weekend when you were up all day. So, you're a bit out of sorts. Now, each of you has a security station with 5 CCTV camera screens. And the question that I have for you, for 500 XP per screen, is how many of them are you going to give over to the game instead of doing your job?
Well, surely the logical answer is 1 each.
1 screen each for 500 XP each.
I have a better idea.
Because more screens is more XP. Just so we're
Yes,
clear.
yes.
Yeah, I have a better idea.
Mm-hmm.
If we give ourselves a certain amount of time where we have all 5 screens, then basically we'll rotate that one screen between the 3 of us. So between 15 screens, 14 of them will have the game, and one of them will just blip between the 3 of us, and we'll have one screen between the 3 of us, jumping between stations at
I
regular
can't see
intervals.
that going wrong at all.
Or we could just have the one and rotate that every 8 hours.
So Monday it's yours, Tuesday it's Tails.
One screen between the 3 of us. It rotates every hour.
Or every hour?
You would need to disconnect and reboot with less screens and stuff. So it is it's kind of going to be a whole shift thing.
We want to be on there together, though.
Oh, I've got a better idea.
Basically, just so we're also clear, there are 15 security cameras overlooking the compound, and each only feeds to one screen.
I'm sure there are.
So it's basically how many holes in the security are you making whilst working?
Can Danny do some sort of hacking to send 2 camera feeds to one screen? Go split screen?
This isn't the 1990s. I think that's the year that split screens were popular.
You can certainly try it.
Yeah.
Screen free for your game.
I'm happy to try.
Hey, Dallas started in the 80s, and it had split screen going perfectly.
Mm-hmm. So presumably intelligence plus computers.
Yes, I think so.
Any modifiers?
No, I don't think so. I think we'll let you have this as a raw roll.
What's my? I forgot what it is. Yeah, made it.
By how much?
3.
Made it by 3. You can get 2 security cameras onto one screen.
There we go. Split screen.
That's you sorted out, isn't it?
Retro.
It's very retro.
So, how many MO screens are you each going to have?
I'm tempted to go for 2, to be honest.
So if you each had 2 with the split screen, you'll actually still have enough coverage.
It makes sense. I just remembered I'm Scottish, so accent.
Or interesting idea. Can we not go picture in picture with them?
Picture in picture.
We can have the main game on the screen and the camera image just in the corner of each screen. That way we don't lose any screens, and we've got all 15 screens for the game.
But hold on, how big are these screens? Are they quite big, like plasma?
Reasonable size, yeah.
So not like the little tiny ones you see in all the movies.
Look, they're not going to be as big as the screen you got on your desk, right? Because you're meant to watch 5 of these studiously for your 8-hour or 10-hour shift. Actually, it's corporations, probably 12 hours by now.
I'm going to go for 2 screens.
Oh, question. With the cameras, do they just do regular footage, or can they do things like heat detection?
Good question. I think it's fair to say that they can be flipped to heat detection.
Well, how about this? Because there's no way you could see anything on a little tiny fucking screen like that. So why don't we just switch it to heat detection, then we can see more easily. If you want to do picture in picture.
Bear in mind, the big issue with heat detection is it often doesn't pick up, or it's harder to see people who are largely cybernetic.
True.
Are these cameras, are they static or scanning?
Some of them move, some of them are static at the most critical points.
Okay. So the critical points, if I give over two screens to the game, I want to keep the critical cameras going and the static critical ones.
Aye. So just put a random static camera with heat detection, make it a bit smaller, and we should be fine. I mean, there's not going to be anything big and cybernetic coming in, is there? Unless Team America have something.
I'm sure. I'm sure they won't bloody tell us anyway. What the hell are we worried about? Way over our pay grade.
I take it because of the people we are. The night shift is the graveyard shift. It is nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. You actually don't even know what this facility does because you're not here when the workers are here, and you can't get into the main compound.
Well, there we go then.
Right, there's nothing happening, is there? So I think we should be, as long as we're sensible, I think we should be okay.
Okay, so bearing in mind, if you only use 2 screens, with the split screen, you can still see everything. How many screens are you each going to allocate to the ammo? For 500 XP per screen.
It's going to be 2, wasn't it? 2 each?
2.
Yeah.
2 each.
Okay, so you each get 1,000 XP, so when we next level up your ammo characters, that's 1,000 more XP.
Wait.
You know. The shift proceeds relatively uneventfully. You start playing your MMO, you're having lots of fun. When there you are, emerging into the first DLC expansion. Having already played for a day, you're into the DLC already. It's a frozen, icy wasteland called Velis. And there you see, as you get off the boat that arrives in this wasteland and you arrive for the first time, you see a character called the Real Usurper of the guild Schadenfreude 162. Around them is a press corps asking them questions. Yeah, you know, the Hong Kong game, you know, I mean, that was just, you know, it was just, we knew we'd get through secretly, we all knew, but, you know, we couldn't really say that because, you know, obviously we were the new guys, but we had total confidence in ourselves. We knew we'd get through. I mean, I'm the usurper, the real usurper of Schadenfreude 162.
I can't even remember if I have any throwing knives or not, but I want to get my ranged weapon out. Yeah, light crossbow, and just try and shoot the fucker.
Okay. You are not in a PvP zone, so you can't, like, you target him, and the only options that come up are to assist and help and give things and stuff.
Right, I'll assist him. I'll assist shoving this bow up his fucking arse and start marching over.
Oh, look at this guy here. You know, he's gone and tried to recreate my name and stuff. You know, I mean, look, I know I'm new to this, and you know, I didn't expect to see copycats so soon. So, you know, I'm actually quite touched that somebody would do that. So, and the press are all like, "What an idiot! What an idiot!" At you.
So you said there's press.
In the game, there are press people surrounding this guy.
Okay.
They've all got character names like, you know, the Mail on Tuesday and stuff.
Are they kind of fantasy themed? Or
They're all in absolute newbie characters.
Okay.
So they're all like level 1 newbies with no gear or anything like that. But their character names are after the press thing that they represent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to send a private message to the real usurper.
Okay.
I know where you live. ...
Talus, you're the one with the high charisma, right?
Okay, you get a reply. Who dis?
Well, you should know.
Say it's his mother-in-law.
No, that's who I had last night. You should know.
I wanted to type into chat that we're the real deal. We're the real guys.
So you're saying that publicly. It can all be done in voice if you want. Private messaging allowed, but you can voice it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
So this is the real usurper.
and like the press are like, look, it's great that you're fanboys and everything of Schadenfreude 162, but if you could just sort of move along.
I bet he doesn't even know what that word means.
But look, I'm sure you're wonderful fans of his and everything, but if you could all just sort of move along, we're kind of busy here doing an interview.
Oh, no. He's the fucking fanboy.
We're the three.
We're the real fucking deal. That's why we've fucking come here, because fucking second-rate losers like him jumping on our name? Fuck that.
All right. At that moment, into the scene comes another character. Talis Nightingale of Schadenfreude 162.
I sense a rather terrible pattern emerging here.
Oh, look, we've got fans here, the real usurper.
Guys. No, I'm speaking to the two.
Okay, yeah.
I'm like, guys, you should at least be honest and be standing there looking like fucking trolls. You don't even know the reference for the fucking surname. You're just ripping it off.
And at that moment, Smellrig of Schadenfreude 162 logs on.
Hey, that's the
the whole guild's here now, right? So look, look, I'm really sorry about these mid-levels coming in. I don't know who they are. We've not come across them before. It's great that people are mimicking us and everything. But obviously, as you can see, we're all in raid gear. We are now going to go and do the Vindicator raid. It's a really amazing raid with giants and stuff. So let's get the live stream up and running. And you guys, if you just keep safe so you don't draw aggro, but follow us into the raid, and we'll have a great time. It'll be fantastic.
Guys, I have an idea.
I think this is the Canadians. They're too fucking polite to not be.
I don't know. I don't care. But they're obviously copies. So I have a look around. I know it's like a wintry tundra, but can I see any sort of wildlife? Like, are we near some water, for example?
Yes, you're on the coast. You ride by boat. There are a few monsters around. This is in the theme and story of the game world. This is giant country, and there are giants on this continent and dragons, and the two are in a perpetual war. Now, you've heard of this Vindicator raid. It's a fairly high-level raid, and it's some big giant apparently. You haven't done your first raid yet, but it's like the loot that this Vindicator drops is supposed to be truly epic. And you can see this Schadenfreude 162 guild, whoever they are, they do have some raid gear on their characters.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Cool. So I'm preferably going to be going in the water then with my short sword, trying to skewer fairly large fish that I can gut, ones that have, quite a lot of innards and blood and smell and things like that.
Okay, like when you kill the monsters, they generally drop random loot, like royal chairs and sofas and stuff, and a small amount of gold.
Not caring about the loot, I want the smelly animal. I want the carcass.
It's a computer game, right?
Yeah, but how realistic are we talking? Like in other games, you can pick carcasses and stuff.
Okay, all right, yeah, look, okay, so it has giblets and stuff that have physics coming off of it, and sure enough, if you run through the giblets, you can spread some, you can get some onto your body.
I wasn't going to get it on my body.
It stays on. Oh, right, I see. All right, so yeah, as the giblets of the monsters you kill all form into piles, you can kind of hoard them by sort of using the physics engine and running through them. Is that what you're going to do?
No.
No?
I mean, I guess I could wrap them in my cloak, but my intention was just to get as much bloody bits of meat as I could and carry them. And the point I was going to try and do, because we can't do PvP, was preferably intercept this raid, drop them on them or something, so they're covered in blood and therefore attract more enemies and they die.
You pick up 4 stacks worth of giblets. So each stack is 20 items. So as you add it to an inventory slot, it becomes 20 things. Now you can toss these giblet items, or you can roast them over a fire and it turns into fish meat that you can eat. And it gives you +1 stamina, which is completely rubbish and no point at all.
Yeah. So guys, my plan is to basically drop all of this on the raids, and then they get just rammed with giants and dragons and whatever. They, the smell stinks.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant, because once they've tracked all the monsters, we can whip in behind them and pinch all the loot.
Precisely.
Excellent idea.
So
glad I approves.
So help me carry this. Seriously, it's gross.
Yep.
All right, so you start killing random stuff, fairly low-level stuff around this environment, just trying to get stacks and stacks of giblets to throw.
Shoot the odd seagull as well. Fuck it.
Just drop rather than throw. Just drop it all.
Okay, so you want to. Okay, so you're going to try and get above them at some point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, rather than just throw, because that won't be as effective.
Okay, just I'm trying to get a digital copy of the corporation character sheet up at a high enough resolution that I can read it whilst we're playing, because I can't remember all the blinking roles. But I want you all to make one right now.
There's this amazing feature called Zoom.
Yeah.
Would you like me to send you one?
I'm just trying to find a high quality image so that when it zooms, I can actually read it. What is this viewer, Yonku, that I found? It's just blurry as hell.
You what?
I don't know. It's just gone onto this Yonku website and everything's blurry as hell. Okay, I'm just about. No, I can't really read that properly. Okay, I want you to roll perception plus crime on your corporation characters.
Crime. Oh dear. Okay.
No, definitely failed that, as I thought.
Yep.
Oh yeah, lots of failing.
Oh, and I forgot to add -8 for each of the screens. No, -2. You've got every screen. It's just on half, so -2. But you all failed, yeah.
Yeah.
With the -2, that yeah, just incredible amounts of fail.
Remember, you're trying to roll low. You should be succeeding at this.
You did roll low.
Yeah,
not low enough.
but I have very good. I have nice average perception. I just have no fucking points in crime.
Neither do I.
Same. I've got a couple. It's better than friggin' what was it? Not operate machinery. Electronics. Last time.
Okay, seriously, can someone send me a high-res image of the character sheet? Keep finding bloody thumbnails.
Yes. You can't attach things in here, can you?
Probably. There's a private chat thing we can.
Can on Messenger? Do you want to chat with a Messenger?
Yeah, go and do that.
Yeah, you can't attach in here. That's a bit annoying.
So it'd be handy just to have that up in the background. I did have all this prepared. Before the campaign, I printed one out, but because it took us 2 months to start the campaign, I kind of lost it.
It's all done.
Thank you. Ah, the mythical form fillable. I think I'll save that again. Right.
Excuse me.
Open, please, computer. Right, there we go. Right. So, so you collect a load of giblets whilst the raid party heads off into the giant city. And the press corps kind of follows them whilst you're collecting all of these giblets. And you're not really getting much XP because this is kind of low-level trash you're all killing. So
Not
it's
the point.
okay. And the raid starts, killing a lot of like the entrance stuff to get to the big monster. That's what they're doing. They're getting to this Vindicator character. Whilst you're doing that, a character appears in your area with a gold name tag that you've not seen before, and his name is Lord British.
Who the fuck is that wanker?
I don't know. I don't know. But we are. I mean, we do come from a country that has had a prime minister with the initials BJ, so so anything's possible.
He looks very official.
Good day, and just so you know, I did hear how you referred to me. I just thought you'd like to. I am, in actual fact, the lead developer of the game.
I called you a wanker. It's a really nice compliment up in Scotland.
I'm familiar with terminology in Scotland. I have, in fact, visited the quaint little province. Now, I have received a complaint from the real usurper of Schadenfreude 162 Guild that you interrupted his press interview and made nuisances of yourselves. And I would just like to assure you all, gentlemen, unless you're ladies in real life, let me just check your bidding details. Oh, yes, you're all men.
No.
None of you are hotties either. You have. So I just need to assure you that kind of behavior is not what we are seeking to create here in World of Wellcraft.
Well, excuse me, but press in a fantasy role-playing game is so disjointed and immersive breaking. It's the last thing I was expecting.
They're a very famous guild, Schadenfreude 162. They recently won a big competition at BlizzCon.
Yes, yes, we did. We did.
They've stolen
That was us.
I appreciate you've created characters of a similar name to theirs, but they are Schadenfreude 162. So
well, check our details. You see that we are Schadenfreude 162.
No, I'm terribly sorry. You appear to be called the usurpers. So anyway, just so you know, I mean, as long as you're not too creepy with your fan names, that's acceptable. But the real usurper did say that you were a bit creepy, so we need you to tone that down a bit.
Aye, less creepy, got it. Are there any sort of high walls around here?
I just want to punch him on July.
There could be an ice cliff face somewhere, yeah.
Preferably where the raid are going to pass below.
The raid moved on into this
Okay.
giant city, so you'll need to do that soon.
Fine, yeah, all right.
And at that moment, the whole space you're in is engulfed in flames.
What
right,
the
now,
fuck?
What was that?
I need you all to make a save versus. Oh, I should have got an Osric character sheet up. A save versus spells or something.
Just to remind me, this is roll over or roll under?
Save versus spells. Which is that?
I'm
Well,
assuming it's
that
under.
just as soon as I've checked, it's over. Equal to or more.
Over.
No,
Yeah, equal to or more.
unbelievable amounts of no.
I've got a 1.
Okay.
Okay. In that case, I passed. Are you
Okay.
sure it's definitely over? Because
In Austric,
Yeah.
it's equal to or more.
Yeah.
okay, because my saves
numbers
are
will go
overall really
down.
good.
Good. You'll need.
Sweet. Yeah, I passed.
Right. Those of you who failed, can you take 2d8 damage, please, from the flames?
2d8. Oh.
Yes.
It's fine.
Are you rolling the d8?
Well, I can do it. Okay, right, there we go. 6 and 7, that's 15. Are you sure you want me to roll 15?
13. 6 and 7's 13.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you've just wiped half my hit points.
Oh, it's fine. You'll get them back. You're a cleric. But Lord British has apparently forgot to enable his GM invulnerability mode when he logged on.
Oops.
And dies. And the only thing you hear as he dies is, "You fuckers!" As his character goes kaput. And he appears, and you know this, you've had a couple of character deaths now. He appears naked at what's called his bind point. Now, a bind point in this game is where you originally spawn, and it's where you respawn every time you die. Now, you can move it. At every city, there's an NPC you can speak to and move your bind point. He's a GM who normally logs on invulnerable, but today he forgot, so he's never updated his bind point. So it is several continents of DLC content away.
In terms of anything he's carrying, does that go with him to his bind point? Does it drop?
It stays on his corpse, but you can't loot it because you aren't the person that killed him. He just thinks you are.
What? But we.
Over strolls one of Team America. Goes over, loots the GM corpse, gets the banhammer, and goes, and hits you all with it. And you were all banned for 1 day.
I have so many questions. And out of character, well, that character, I sort of guzzled down another. Did I? No, Iron Brew. I was saying, wasn't it? I didn't make up a name. Iron Brew. Da, 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 da.
New task. We have to find Team America.
Which is what I was trying to do the first time, and I got banned for 24 hours.
We're banned for another 24 hours now.
We need to find their physical location.
Aye. You're saying this if I've not thought of it before.
We're going to that physical location, and we're going to take things that look like a hammer so we can ram it up their fucking arse.
No PvP restrictions in this world.
Team America, they just...
Okay. After being banned from the game for 24 hours, there's not a lot else to do than your jobs. So you immediately, as your concentration breaks from that for the moment, realise that there is somebody who really shouldn't be trying to undo the padlock on the main warehouse by hammering it with a crowbar.
Oh, I think we got a problem.
Shit.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Get out my shotgun.
Really?
What time of
This
day?
is
Oh, yeah, no, of course it's night.
it's middle of the night. This has never happened before. You've never had people trying
What
to
do we
break
do?
into the house.
Where's the book which tells you what to do?
Yeah. Take that.
Obviously we
Just
shoot
take
the
my
fucker.
gun. Just take my gun. I'm going to head to that door.
Are you going alone?
I'll go with him.
Danny McGee, what are you doing?
Yeah. I was ready my shotgun and ready to sort of.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're all heading out to that door on the outside.
Yeah, I've just drunk a full kind of Iron Brew. I'm super, like, energy.
Okay.
Energy.
Just, I think it's only fair I give you a brief description of your compound. So there is an exterior fence. There is a security station, which you're in, by the only entrance, which is a road entrance with a barrier. So at some point they've driven past you and you were too engrossed in the game. You rolled, you failed. So in the middle of this fenced off compound, which is mostly around the outside, mostly car park that's empty this time of night, in the middle is a big warehouse that you've never been into. Parked next to that warehouse at the moment is a white van with these guys that are trying to hammer a crowbar to break a padlock.
Do we see how many we thought there were?
There are 3.
3 of them. Okay. Are we sort of like telling the guy, keep to the shadows, keep to the shadows. Watch your corners.
As you move across the open ground.
Just.
The fucking corners. It's wide open fucking space.
Who do you think
It's big enough. It's big enough to drive a truck through, which apparently they've managed to fucking prove.
Okay, as you get closer, you see these guys are they look really thin. They must be amazingly athletic. Like, to be that thin, they're quite small. They're all 3 of them are quite short, very thin, very obviously very athletic to be able to, to be. No one's that thin who play like who you've seen in the last few days. You've just been to BlizzCon. Like, everyone who goes to BlizzCon plays MMOs, and they're all a little bit rotund. You haven't seen a person this thin in weeks. So, like, to you, it's like, are these even human shaped? These people, they're that thin. So they're obviously very athletic, which is not something you've experienced lately. So as you get closer to them, they apparently haven't noticed you. I know this because I rolled.
Are they carrying any weapons that we can see?
Make a oh, hang on,
Really
I've got
not.
a character sheet now. I can have a look. So I think it would be perception and observation.
Mm-hmm. Can we all do this?
You may all do this, yes.
No,
No,
didn't
not
make
quite.
it.
No,
I did
too
make
dark.
it.
So only 1 success. It was a group roll. Needs 2
Made it-
successes to
Made
pass.
it by
So,
3.
yeah. So you, Kevin Bootle, you get the inkling that they might be armed with a crowbar and a hammer.
Okay.
It's one less
This is why
hammer
we
to
need
find.
fucking night vision goggles. I've asked them 3 times for us to have these, and they're like, "Oh, but the budget, it's not affordable."
I think we'll be all right. I didn't see any weapons on them. I think all they've got is the crowbar. Maybe a hammer.
Right. Easy
If we
work
just-
then.
If we creep up behind the van, then we can come out from behind the van and surprise them.
Okay.
Isn't that just like a thief?
Hey.
Brings a crowbar to a gunfight.
Okay. Are any of your characters a little rotund, or are you all sort of regular healthy people?
I'm a little underweight.
Little
I-
underweight?
I-
Okay.
I am. I'm a bit overweight.
Bit overweight?
Yeah, I would say I was.
Okay, so those. Sorry?
I was about to say I was probably very, very stereotypical security guard. I'm probably carrying a bit of padding in the middle.
Okay, Danny McGee, could you make me an agility plus stealth roll? Dale and Kevin, could you make me an endurance plus stealth roll, as you have just crossed a car park?
Jesus, seriously? I managed to fail. I've got 9 agility. Like, seriously.
I was right on the money. 10.
I failed.
Okay, so you have the conversation discussing your plan as to what to do as you arrive behind the van, realizing they've overheard you. Oh, fuck, run! And so they all 3 of them start scattering not that quickly, you have to say. They start running away from the van, and one of them goes, "Leave the nuke!"
Leave the what?
I think they said leave the book.
Okay.
Right. Danny,
What?
Kevin and I are going to make a blatant attempt to try and catch these guys. You're going to go to the truck just to find out whether it was actually a book. Because I've got a feeling that if it started with another letter round about the middle of the alphabet.
Yes, I know it was a nuke. Fuck's sake. I don't know how to do nukes. That's not what I do.
I don't know how to do them either, but they've got fucking computer parts. Let's go.
I will take off after one of the guys, and within about before a minute, I'll be there. I'll be huffing and puffing.
Okay. Could I have an endurance plus athletics roll from those of you who are chasing the people?
Found that one.
Failed. Okay.
Endurance plus athletics. Oh, finally passed something.
Yes, I have got a camera running. Awesome. Right. So, Kevin, you get halfway across the car park when you realise this guy is just quicker than you, and you should have chased the one that Dale went after. Dale, you are now faced with a very difficult predicament. You've actually caught someone up.
I will
What
shout.
do you do?
Right? Oh, stop. Enough of this running shit. Now, you've got two choices. You can place your implements on the ground and step away, placing your hands then in the air so I can properly citizens arrest you in the back of the head. Or I can just move immediately to the citizen's arrest to the back of the head.
Okay, so can we have a presence plus attitude roll from you? Meanwhile, Danny McGee, what are you up to?
Trying to get this van open.
Okay, it's unlocked.
Cool.
Sorry, was that presence plus?
Attitude.
Okay.
Yeah, the van is unlocked. In the back is a wooden crate. It's beeping, and there's a timer on the front.
Just like in the movies. Are there lots of wires?
Yes, there's some wires leading to the timer. I'd be a little more concerned about what's on the timer if I were you.
Yes. I mean, I'm assuming it's a couple of minutes or something.
It's exactly a couple of minutes.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to do what they do next in the movies and try and work out which wire to cut.
Okay. I want you to make, because this is under pressure, I want you to make 3 successive intelligence plus. Right, the first one will be computers and AI.
Mm-hmm.
The second one will be intelligence plus support weapons, and the third one will be intelligence plus mechatronics. So you're going to do all 3 have to succeed to know what wire to cut.
Did it say all intelligence? Sorry.
They're all intelligent.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
first
fine.
is computers and AI.
Yeah.
Support weapons, mechatronics.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
How did you do, Dale?
I made it by 2.
Oh, right. Okay. So he goes, okay. It's fair cop. You have us, cop.
You wish I was a fucking cop, mate. Put the fucking stuff down.
What stuff? My hand empty.
Wing him.
Okay, you.
I'll shoot one. I'm going to shoot. Yeah, I'm going to shoot. I'm going to shoot one in the leg.
Okay.
I'm going to kneecap him.
He's still got his back to you, so it's an easy enough shot to do. You just walk a bit closer, point your gun, and shoot. And sure enough goes down.
Right. Let's try this again because what we seem to have here is a failure of communication. Now, stuff like crowbars and other things, get them out of your various pockets, put them on the ground, nice and slow and easy. Any attempt to make an aggressive move, and the next shot will find out exactly how high your IQ is.
Danny, how did you do?
I said in the chat. I failed the computers and AI check, funnily enough, but I passed the others.
Okay. In that case, you have 3 wires, red, slightly off red, and slightly stronger red. You're fairly sure the slightly off red is not red.
Okay.
And you know you've got to cut a red wire.
Oh dear.
Oh shit.
Well, this
Right.
was a good campaign.
So the guy's knee buckles. He goes down to the ground, and he's now kind of lying on his back with his shot out leg folded under him, going, "I got no crowbar. I don't have crowbar. Kim Jong-un has crowbar. Me, Kim Jong-un."
I decide that I wish him to speak with a bit more volume, so I use my foot and press firmly on the wound.
I use all discipline to maintain personal control. Kim Jong-un, me, have no weapon. Please, my mental discipline begin to give way.
Yeah.
Do not kill my family.
Yeah. Are you in contact with your compatriots?
Kim Jong-un and Kim Jong-un? No, they run away. Different way.
Tell them to come back here and surrender themselves to either myself or my associate.
Kim Uns, come back. Because I'm dead now.
Good boy.
They don't
Excellent.
come back. They've hopped the fence by now. Okay. Kevin Bootle, what are you going to do? You got halfway across the car park. The guy got to the fence and was over it.
He's over the fence. Is he gone?
Yeah, he's going quicker than you.
Okay, I just want to shout, "Stop fucking running! Oh, shoot!" I just want to take a pot shot as he goes over the fence.
Oh, right. Okay. Let's see if you make it. It's a bit of a distance, so I'm going to put a -4 on it, okay?
Okay. 6, 4. That was a 10 with a -4 I miss.
Okay, it was close though. And so as he clears the fence, he takes a moment to turn around, give you the finger, and says something in Korean before running off. Okay. Danny McGee, have you decided what to do?
I have a bit of a ridiculous idea, which may well kill me, but I thought it was funny, so I'm going to do it anyway. So I suddenly think, wait a minute. This is a nuke, and I must have heard, presumably, a bit of the conversation outside, yes?
You've heard Dale shouting at one and a Korean accented person screaming.
Yeah, so I think, okay, this is Korean equipment, so surely the correct wire to cut, the correct wire to cut would be the closest red that matches the timer red.
Okay.
So I start holding the wires up to the timer to see which is the closest in hue, and then I cut the one that's the closest.
Okay. You cut the strong red wire. It was the wrong wire. You know this because you get a 12-volt shock
Mm-hmm.
as the timer explodes.
Okay.
It was on 3 seconds, by the way. Nonetheless, despite this, it does actually stop the timer for displaying the rest of the countdown.
Cool. Cool. Do I take any damage for that?
Yeah, 2 hit points from the
It's-
shock.
Okay.
It's not stopped the timer, it's just stopped us seeing it.
Yeah.
So, you estimate that by now it must at least be on 1. So, Dale, what do you do?
Suddenly thinking about what I would do in my dying second, but unfortunately she's not here.
You have no idea what's about. I just want to know what you're going to do when the thing happens. So,
I'm still looking around in the vain hope that that his compatriots are going to come back, because it's literally about the same time. I have no idea they've jumped the fence.
okay, Kevin, what are you going to do?
I'm going to turn and stop walking back to the van. What you mean when this thing goes off? You mean what am I going to do when this thing goes off? I was just going to think to myself, bugger, if I knew that, I wouldn't have bothered running after him.
Okay, right. So that's what you're doing at the moment of the explosion. Now, Danny, I'm afraid you're probably not going to remember that much of this. But Kevin, you are looking right at it when suddenly from inside the van, there is a bright white flash. And the whole van bounces. And then glitter starts coming out the back door, floating out the back door. What looks like glitter.
What on earth has he done?
It's still a month to fucking Christmas.
Now, Dale, this has got your attention. You look round to the van to see what you've basically got is the van with this cloud just erupting from the position you're in. You can see this glitter billowing out of the back.
What the fucking hell Santa shit has he got us fucking involved in that?
I'll pick up the pace and go back a bit quicker as quickly as I can.
Okay.
Right. I quickly shoot the guy in the other leg and just say, right, stay there, and head back over.
How much damage does your weapon do?
Oh God, it's a standard Cougar. It's
1d8.
nothing.
Yeah, D8.
Okay, could you make 2d8 rolls for me, please?
Oh fuck, I haven't killed this guy, have I?
He ain't an agent, that's for sure.
2d8 rolls.
Mm-hmm.
A 4 and a 3, so 7.
Okay. Okay. So Kevin gets back to the van first.
Yeah.
Of those.
I'll say, Danny, what have you done? You haven't broken it, have you?
And you kind of go into this cloud of glitter. But what you realise as you get close to it is that it's not really glitter per se. It's lots of very small paper squares with your 3 images on it.
Oh my god.
You see this?
Right, and as you get to the back of the van, you see Danny coughing and choking, literally glitter coming out of his mouth as he gets there.
I kind of tumble out of the van.
What did you do?
Shut up. Oh, Danny's good with computers. He can defuse a fucking nuke.
Well, you must have broken it because it wasn't a nuke. Oh, look, there's more faces over everything. Look.
It fucking exploded.
I fainted
failed.
over all these bits of paper.
Well, obviously, I didn't produce them.
And all the bloody Koreans got away.
Actually, I take it I arrive at.
Yes, you arrive.
Actually, not all the Koreans are away. One's chilling out, just out there. I gave him a small shot to sort of, keep him in place. But
Good, because I'm gonna fucking kill him.
Oh, we need
I
to know what
start,
he's doing.
limping over.
look, you disarmed the nuke.
Yeah, but we got
No, I took the fucking explosion for you.
Aye, but it wasn't a nuclear explosion, so obviously you disarmed the nuke part. I mean, obviously it would have been better if you disarmed the explosive bit as well, but you took the nuke out. That's the best. That's what I asked you to do.
These bits of paper have ended up in crevices I didn't know even existed.
look at the mess we're going to have to clear up by tomorrow morning.
No, you're doing that. I'm getting a shower.
I've just been running all around this yard. I'm knackered.
I suppose we better go and question this guy about his blooming glitterati fucking nuke. Come on.
It's not much of a nuke, though, is it? If it's some sort of glitter backup.
Yeah, I basically I get out my bluefin knife and start like staggering over to this Korean.
He's lying there on the ground, bleeding out, going, "You're so good now. I'm not happy."
Okay, I'm gonna stab him in the first wound that I can see, so presumably one of the big legs, leg wounds.
Okay, I'll just deduct another 4 hit points from that. You do so. You go, self-discipline.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Oh, you're so screwed.
Do we recognise him?
Yes, he's one of the North Korean players. You dig the knife in the wound, causing another 2 hit points of wounds.
Okay, I have a different idea.
Now, you cannot remove glitter with your faces, you must explain. And if you show security footage, it shows you split screen and playing ammo. Ha! You're so good. With work, we got you fired.
Yeah.
You got 2 hours to clean mess.
Yeah, here's the thing. As I place the muzzle of the cougar at his genitals, you're going to fix this, or I'll make damn sure you can never screw anything or anyone again.
I can't. I never walk again. You already shut out my kneecap. Both sides. What do you want me to do? Lick it up? Cannot do. You're screwed. You get big brush. You clean car park. Any glitter left over, you fired. You know I'm right.
We could make him eat the glitter.
We could. However, I'm just a little frustrated at this point. I boot him in the nuts.
This stuff is everywhere now, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's everywhere.
God almighty. Right.
I start kind of fishing into his pockets and seeing if he's got anything on him.
No, he was dressed for doing the job. He just had overalls.
Okay.
Is there any way you think we could hire like a road sweeper?
You could obtain a road sweeper from the nearby depot, sure. I mean, obtain. Yeah.
We would return.
It would definitely make it quicker.
Wouldn't that be UIG property?
Possibly. No. It'd be farmed out to the private sector, maybe.
Okay.
It'd be a private company somewhere.
I'm just wondering in case we get a bit of backlash.
Right. We need him alive then.
So
Well
we're going,
volunteered.
we're going to raid a council depot after this break, I guess.
Yeah, I think we are.
Oh, jeez.
Okay,
Back in a
we'll be
moment.
right back after this here brief intermission. And I am back. And just a reminder that this is a copper announcement. This is alcohol, and all you Christians should now be offended. Oh yes, let's add some blasphemy to it.
Like Catholics drink like fish, seriously.
Oh yeah, that's true. I just upset lots of Muslims then.
Certain denominations of Christians don't drink.
Yes.
Yeah, only certain denominations.
Methodist, Salvation Army.
Say they don't drink anyway.
Are Salvation Army really Christian though? It's just a front for child abuse. Right.
Okay, given that
As
my
is all of
fiancée
Christianity.
is a member of the Salvation Army, I'm gonna be offended on her behalf.
Okay. Glad to see I'm dishing it out to everyone.
Yeah. Okay.
Leave no stone unturned.
Not cool.
Shall we start the stream again?
So, Ronnie, you gain a level. Right. Oh, I kind of unlocked his angry face. Sorry. Awkward. It's all fine. I've had beer and we'll carry on oblivious. Right, where were we? Ah, yes. King Jong-il is currently bleeding out in the car park and is starting to choke on his own blood as it starts coming out of his mouth now. Meanwhile, you guys are do a quick search on the World Datanet for the nearest road sweepers. There are some in a council depot, and it's not the kind of place that would have security. Because, you know, it's just road sweepers. Who's going to nick them?
Can we take the Koreans' van?
Yep.
To get there quicker.
Yes, you
Or
can.
start if we haven't blown the back end off.
The keys are still in it. You start driving it out the car park. You stop. You get out. You close the back door, which is spreading glitter everywhere, and then go back in. And
are we all going, or is someone going to stay and make sure that after the country doesn't break him or gone?
who is going to do
Who can
the
drive?
road sweeper heist?
Me.
Okay, so you've got to come.
Can anyone else drive?
Can I drive?
Oh, I didn't pick it based on whether I could drive.
I've got a 1.
Yeah, I can drive.
Apparently, I can't drive. Actually, just check.
Oh. So, well, you got 2 drivers. So, so who's going then on this caper?
I'll drive.
Okay, so do you want to go, Danny, or shall I start clearing up the mess here? Hide this Korean body and
Hey, you can clear up the mess. I'm gonna go and
I'm going to try and
steal a
clear-
road sweeper.
hide the body somewhere.
It's not dead yet, by the way.
Are we putting them out of our misery?
I look at Dale if he wants him for something further.
Well, that provided we don't get caught on any sort of security cameras, after we've nicked it, I was going to put him in it and say that it was him that nicked it.
Oh, okay, that's a good idea.
And all the wounds was us, you know, apprehending him with his stolen vehicle.
Perhaps if we crash it to the gate from the outside, we can stop him then and say that we stopped an attempt to ram raid the gate.
Yeah.
Show us in some good light. I hope they don't look in the back.
Okay, which just leaves a small problem of the security feed on that plan. So something needs to happen to the security feed, which presumably is going to need the skills of Danny McGee.
Aye.
What we need is some old footage of the yard from the night before, say just empty.
I can take a look.
Or loop the first couple of hours or something.
That was my
Okay.
Whiz Kid Danny can do that.
Oh,
All right then. So you get to the road sweeper yard while Danny stays back and starts hacking the computers. At the road sweeper yard, there is a padlock on the gate. What do you
What, as in someone's put it there since we went outside?
No, on the road sweeper. The yard before the road sweeper's in.
Oh, right, I see.
Anyone bring a crowbar? You realize these North Koreans are just schooling us again because we haven't brought the very simple equipment that they brought to fucking heist us.
Damn. Drive through the gate with the van.
Okay, let's have a, that would be a drive plus, I can find my character sheet. Ooh, I don't think it's actually going to be reflexes for this. I think it's just going to be a case of holding the steering wheel in the right direction as you ramp the curb or something. So let's have strength plus drive.
It's me who's driving, isn't it?
It is currently, but it's up to you if you change driver before ramming it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Made it by 6.
Okay. All right. You go charging into the yard in the Korean van. As you do so, you clock the security camera will clearly see the Korean registered van bashing into the compound, and then you drive past it, quick scan around, and you don't see any other cameras in the compound. You come up, you pull up next to a road sweeping vehicle.
Right.
It appears that the door is unlocked, but you get in, and of course you've got no key for the ignition. What do you do?
Anyone know how to hotwire a sweeper?
Is there like a yard office around?
Oh, Danny McGee can do it.
Danny McGee can do it.
You hear in your head.
You do see a wooden shack, yes. There is a padlock on that as well.
Note to self. Bring crowbar next time.
Can I walk over to it and then try and boot the door open?
Yes, okay. You do indeed walk over to this sort of shack, and with enough booting, you will definitely get the door open. The question is whether how well you do from the experience. So let's have endurance plus close combat.
Endurance is... Oh yes, I've made that by 4.
Okay, no, you just boot the door straight open. And it does indeed, like the padlock is obviously old and brittle and it just bursts. And you get into this little wooden shack. There's a desk with some papers. There's a kettle. It's disgustingly dirty, and some dirty mugs on the side. There's some tea bags of Dashwood's Export on the on the side, and there's some posters of half-naked men around the shack, and there's a rack for keys with all the hooks, and it's completely empty.
Oh. There's no keys. Search the cab. Perhaps they've left them in the cab somewhere, in the ashtray or in the sun visor. Or...
Okay, the moment you check the sun visor, the keys just drop down into your lap. Okay.
Damn you, cliches!
Who is driving the dump truck, and who is driving the van back?
I don't think I'll be very good at either.
But you do have drive skills. You can drive.
Sadly,
I can drive.
sadly, I can't do both simultaneously.
it would certainly be harder to drive the dump truck.
I guess I'm driving the sweeper.
Okay, I'll drive the van.
Okay, you've got drive skill. It's just a van. You can do it. The drive skill will only come into it if there's an extreme case of driving. The dump truck, however, is not something you're familiar with. So just to see how much of a hash you make getting out the compound, can I ask you to roll? Let's have reflexes plus drive, please.
Reflexes plus drive. Yeah, nope.
Okay, it is a bit bumpy, and you grind the gearbox quite a lot to get this thing going, and it feels quite slow, this thing, as you drive off. Okay, but you do manage to do it. So you manage to leave the compound. Danny, could you do so you're splicing video together from previous nights, so let's have intelligence plus it's going to be some kind of digital, it's going to be mechatronics rather than computers, I think. You're splicing tape and what have you.
Yep, made it.
Okay, so you do that, no problem at all. You've got the security footage covered. There's a Korean bleeding out in the car park you keep half an eye on. And as you finish and you're all satisfied with yourself and you lean back in your chair and you see a van driving down the road, you see a dump truck dragging another dump truck sideways behind it. So the old lamppost getting knocked over.
Well, have I got some kind of walkie-talkie that I could? Well, actually, I've got my speaker, haven't I?
Yeah, we got those.
Mm.
As I
The
drive fast,
fuck are you doing? You're about to timber that fucking lamppost.
we've got the sweeper. We've got it.
Reverse.
Verse.
There's a lamppost.
I'll look back and oh no, Dale, look out for the lamppost.
Trying my best to control this thing.
Yeah, it's a bit awkward turning. It just doesn't turn like a normal vehicle would. It's like all the weight's at the back or something.
Really?
Fucker. No. Note to self, make sure that sweeper is empty before leaving the bay.
So yeah, sure enough, as you try to turn into the compound, you realise at long last, as you do the right turn, that I'm dragging another sweeper. And it
Twice as quick.
sorry? Oh yeah, it will be a lot quicker. So you get these two battered, beaten up sweepers. You clean your car park with them. That's all good. What do you do to make this crime look normal?
Normal. That's an interesting word.
I still say we go with the we apprehended this assailant as he was leaving the compound with his van.
Because we've got two road sweepers and a van and a Korean guy.
Yeah, we put the Korean guy in the van. We say, come in here with the sweepers to sweep up whatever his crime, attempted demolition of property. And,
Hey, but one massive problem with this. They will realize that we were too busy distracted with something else to notice a giant fucking road sweeper come in.
Well, we could return the road sweepers.
And the lamppost.
No. Listen. These guys are these guys are good with computers, right? Even if they're not personally good at it, we could sell it. They're North Koreans. We tell them that they managed to hijack our feed, and we didn't realize that they'd hijacked it for several seconds, by which time they were already in. But the moment we realized it, we sprang into action like the top-class security guards we are.
Only thing he's going to have to get that to work.
You're telling that story.
Don't you worry, I will assume my usual leadership role.
Oh, God, we're screwed.
You know, your faith in me is overwhelming. Someone else, clearly. If you underwhelmed anymore, you'd be a fucking world record fucking limbo dancer.
I mean, it's a shame we haven't got a proper nuke to just destroy all the evidence.
Well,
Oh God, no! No!
where could we get a nuke from?
Don't give
Are
Becky.
you going to World Datanet search for a nuke?
Don't give Becky a real fucking nuke.
I've got an incendiary grenade. We could always set the van alight. We could burn the van out. Park beside the road somewhere. Chuck it in. Shut the door. If we return the road sweepers.
The road sweepers are bent and buckled from the incident of dragging one down the road.
Okay. How about this? The road sweepers we can't really get rid of, so I quite like the idea of, okay, they tried to come in as road sweepers and they hijacked the fucking feed or whatever. If we can get rid of the van...
We can get rid of the van. We can park it up somewhere quiet and set fire to it.
Well, I'm thinking somewhere in a river or something. I mean, is there any kind of water nearby we could just throw this into?
Oh, sorry, that wasn't me. Yes, there is, yes.
Well, I say we do that.
There's a big river. You can take it near your homes in Middle Nipple and just drive it off the bank.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah, it's gone then. What about him? Are we leaving him in it?
Leave him in the road sweeper.
He's still alive at the moment, though.
So?
Okay. I'm just thinking...
Can't you give him a drug or something? You know, make him a bit delirious?
Have we got any?
I thought you had a couple of little things. I meanwhile like to keep my brain nice and pure for when I game.
Okay, so your plan, so one of you goes and deals with the car. The van, who's doing that?
I can do that.
Okay, you head off to do that. Meanwhile, Dale and Danny, what are you doing with these road sweepers and the Korean?
Putting the Korean in the road sweeper.
Yep. Okay.
Preferably impale him to the seat or something like that to make sure he doesn't, like, slink off.
Are you leaving him alive?
Yeah, just about.
You're so fucked.
Yeah.
As long as someone doesn't question him, if they question him, we're in trouble.
Can we impale him in the mouth or something?
Sure. I mean, he is bleeding out of his mouth.
I mean, is there anything in the road sweeper that's kind of protruding out a bit? Or
There's a broom handle.
That'll do.
So you're going to ram a broom handle into his mouth.
Basically. Make
Okay.
it look as real as possible.
Well, the thing when it comes to broom handles is that we are somewhat lacking in suitable orifices for it. So it was either the mouth or somewhere slightly more painful.
Well, I take out my knife instead of chopping it a bit.
The broom handle kills him. He was so close to death.
There we go.
That's fair enough.
It's going to cost
That's
a
what you
fortune in
get.
therapy.
That's what you get when you start to brush off the fucking security guards.
It's going to cost you a fortune in therapy down the road, but he is at the moment deceased. Okay, so you've got a dead Korean in a road sweeper. Kevin Bootle returns from his trip sometime later, I guess, because you haven't got to lift back.
No, it's going to be a bit of a walk or a taxi or something.
Yeah, so you get a taxi and turn up back, or do you want no evidence? Maybe a walk.
I won't get a taxi to our actual site. I'll get it like blocks away and walk over.
Okay.
Despite we're in the uniform.
So the road sweepers, you're putting them by the entrance to the compound?
I wasn't sure how much we could move them, but I wanted to make it look like they had crashed into something.
Well, you can actually crash it into something. They do still drive. They're just a bit wobbly.
Okay, cool. You can
So
do
what
that
are you going
then.
to crash into?
The gate or something?
The exterior gate, so your guardhouse.
Hmm.
Because the gate itself is just a bar across the road, and then it's your guardhouse, and then it's a fence.
Mm.
So are you going to crash into the guardhouse? Because you might well total the whole guardhouse.
No. Somewhere that makes sense. So either where they were going or where they were trying to.
The strongest. So your compound is really it's just as I described: a fence, guardhouse, and a barrier across the road. Big car park, and then this big warehouse in the middle of the compound that you've never been in.
So somewhere near the warehouse, maybe?
So you're going to crash it into the warehouse.
Yeah.
Okay. You will succeed in crashing the road sweeper into the warehouse. That is inevitable. The question is how well you do out of it. So could we have an endurance plus drive roll, please?
Deal.
Is that me doing that?
Well,
You guys.
I haven't even got my fucking regular driving test, let alone a road sweeper.
He's the best person to crash it.
I missed it by one.
Better for the
Missed it by one.
environment, you see.
Okay, you hit a concrete reinforced support strut of the building, which does serious damage to the road sweeper. Doesn't penetrate the building at all, and twists your ankle. You missed it by one, so I'm just going to take 1 hit point off you for that. What are you doing with the other road sweeper?
Crash it into the previous one.
Into the other road sweeper?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Same roll again.
Am I doing them both?
Well,
Danny
considering
can't
your
drive.
ankle bust, I could try it, but I'm a bit shit.
Yeah, I'll make that one.
Okay. And you're aiming for the other road sweeper, not the building, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. You do indeed smash the other road sweeper. You practically destroy it in the carnage, and you're okay. You climb out. The road sweeper's a bit knackered, but you're fine. What are you doing with the Korean?
Leaving him there.
We're going to smash him into the. We're going to smash him into the road sweeper. No, we're going to leave him there.
Okay. I was going to say you don't get a drive roll for a Korean, but you could try and swing him.
That went better than I thought, actually, because I did. It occurred to me suddenly that our cunning plan had a bit of a hole in it, but.
Our cunning plan currently has 2 holes and a broom handle in them.
Okay. Then you're calling it in, yeah?
Yeah.
Aye.
Okay.
The video's finished, isn't it?
Yeah, that's done. Of course, there isn't actually any video evidence of the actual crash, but because I mean, you could fake it as you do the crashes. You could drive them into the compound, but then it's kind of one at a time. Is that how you're doing it on the videotape? Because you might need to.
I suppose, yeah.
And then it hasn't got you three coming out to deal with it. So how exactly are you faking the video? Because at the moment you've got perfect video from the night before. I know you succeeded, so I'll give you the ability to fake some things.
Would it be possible to do the crash, get out of the vehicles, run around the other side of the warehouse, and then come back in and cut that little bit out?
Yeah, absolutely. So you get them crashing in close proximity to each other.
Mm-hmm.
But what are you doing about yourselves dealing with the Koreans? Are you going to try and get the Koreans running out? Because you do have footage of them running away.
Yes.
But you've also got to explain bullet holes in a Korean. So you can deal with the two running out. You can fake that. But what are you going to do to deal with the bullet holes in the Korean?
Stick some more brooms in them.
Oh, you can put brooms into the bullet wounds.
I think Koreans naturally come with brooms. Perhaps
I don't know. We just made them not look like bullet holes.
Perhaps if we pretend to shoot the lorries as they pass, then it might look like the bullets have entered the cab and killed the Korean.
Okay, you can definitely fake that. You can set scenes up and footage up and film it and splice it in. The question is how convincing is the finished result, and we'll roll for that when it comes up. So you call it in. Okay, professionals are on the way. And like 3 minutes later, a team of EI agents turns up in this like gold Bentley. And they pull up at the security gate, and the window comes down, Then the bulletproof shield comes down. And then the tinted window comes down. And there's the gentleman in the passenger seat of the Bentley sipping a Dashwood's tea. Ah, security guards, yes, you had a problem. Oh, what was the problem, old chap?
I turned to Dale.
Dale's you need to talk to the boss.
Yes. Hackers. They managed to steal the feed of our security cameras, managed to slip in. Caught us a little unawares, but we quickly grabbed a hold of the situation. They were looking at property damage. They'd stolen some sweepers. Were attempting to cause all kinds of damage, but
well, they aren't ours, so I don't care about those. What if they damaged ours?
Well, nothing really.
We stopped them before they could.
Yeah.
Well, why the hell did you bother calling it in then? Just throw them in the river, be done with it.
Oh. Well, let's do what he says. You heard him.
Bentley slowly drives away, reverses out, and drives up.
Next broom handle is going up that guy's arse.
But hey, listen, if they don't want to be called out,
you notice the number plate as it leaves. Right? It says Lord British 1.
Lord British 1? That's the guy from the... No.
Yep.
He's the lead fucking developer.
Well,
there were 4 people in the car. But, yeah.
We know one thing. Forego that broom thing just now, unless it's something he's into.
I suddenly start running after the car going, wait, here's the Schadenfreude 162.
A little way down the road, the car comes to a silent halt as you go chasing after it. And one of the rear windows comes down this time. And then the bulletproof glass. And then the tinted window. All right, love, what's the problem?
And then I
Says
suddenly
some
realised,
agent in the back.
oh shit, if I tell them that, that means that they'll know that we were playing on the job. No,
Yep.
no, nothing. I thought that there was a puncture, but no, it's just fine. It's all good.
Oh no, these tires can't puncture, darling. This is a proper car.
Wait, what?
The tires can't puncture. Look, she gets out a gold.
Can't puncture, not come puncture.
She gets out a gold Black Cougar and shoots the tire 6 times. Look, you see, it's all fine. You see, darling, it's all fine. Now, if you don't mind, as one of Lord British's team, fuck off, we're busy. Fucking time wasters. And Bentley slowly drives off again, silently.
I sort of dust myself off and walk back. Well, I just talked to a very attractive lady.
You did see just past her on the other rear seat, though, was this nerdy-looking guy coding at a keyboard with like 5 screens in front of him.
Mm-hmm. Also, we have our target.
Yes.
Okay.
Codes in
We
the
need
car.
to kidnap Lord British.
When you get back to your security station, having dealt with the road sweepers and thrown bodies away and whatever, you all have an email from Lord British. How did you disappear? I tried to ban you, but I couldn't find you on the active player list, you hacking bastards! Fair play, you got me. I won't ban you, but I would like to know how you did it, so I can close the loophole in the future. And as a gesture of my goodwill, I will give you 1,000 XP each. Wow. If you tell me how you did it.
Marcus spam.
We'll look. In reply, yes, we are willing to give you full details as to how we implemented things. However, we feel that proper recompense is our proper guild name being reassigned to us, and the real usurpers, who are actually fakes, are kicked out and given the ban you gave to us in triplicate.
Okay. A little while passes and you get an email from Blizzard customer support. Dear end user, Blizzard cannot get themselves involved in personal disputes between guilds. I'm sorry, but you'll have to deal with this yourselves. And then you get an email from Lord British like 10 minutes later. I have customer services deal with it. So, how did you do it?
Customer service have not dealt with the problem to our satisfaction. Until they deal with the problem to our satisfaction, we will withhold certain elements which, if in the wrong hands, could cause devastation to your system.
Just in case he agrees to this and it actually happens, do we know how he did it?
Haven't a fucking
you're
clue.
not on the active player list. You got banned by the Americans beforehand. He just doesn't know that. So, An hour later, customer service comes back to you. Dear player, WTF question mark, question mark, question mark. I refuse to get fired over you. What the fuck is your problem? Question mark, question mark, question mark, exclamation mark, 1.
In reply to WTF, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, question mark. We are Schadenfreude 162. The guild currently claiming themselves to be Schadenfreude 162 are in fact fakes using bastardized versions of our screen names as their own. They don't even have the good sense to come up with original names. They've come up with fake piss takes of our names. We want this sorted. As in, we want our proper guild name, Schadenfreude 162, assigned to ourselves because that's who we are, and we want the fakes currently running around as Schadenfreude 162 metaphorically kicked in the balls.
Okay.
With a nice lengthy ban and with lots of, and in fact, all the XP that their characters have earned whilst under our name transcribed to our characters forthwith.
An hour later, you get an email back saying, the original guild of Schadenfreude 162 has been banned. And the real usurper reinstated as guild leader of Schadenfreude 162.
Oh, ha, oh, ha, ha. Bim, bam, walla, walla, boom, bang.
Then you get an email, an automated email from the Blizzard system that says, an attempt to ban your account was made, but could not be executed because you are already banned. Then you get an email from Lord British saying, right, now tell me, you bastards.
Okay, first of all, we need to log on and see whether we're banned.
You're banned.
We weren't banned before, but now we're now a real name. They were banned because they were banned. Dear me.
Yes, we're going to have to write to customer service and say, right, you have banned the fake Schadenfreude, but in banning the fake Schadenfreude, you've actually banned the real Schadenfreude, which is us, which you must be enjoying the misery you are causing, which is somewhat ironic given our name is Schadenfreude. Now, Phil's having problems. You need to, and I am going to use a very technical term for you. Unfuck this right now.
Okay. 15 minutes
Exclamation
later.
point, exclamation point, exclamation point. 1, 2, 3.
10 minutes later, you get an email back from customer services saying, Schadenfreude 162 is unbanned.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll try it out. We're going to get all of them to try it out.
Yes. I shake up an iron brew and then open it.
You know, there's every possibility that might actually fritz all our fucking computers because there's iron brew going everywhere.
Don't care.
Okay.
Can we log
A
on?
minute later, you get an email from Lord British. Tell me, you fuckers! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, 1.
What are we going to tell him?
We are going to tell him that the loophole we found is that if we type in the words, your mother was really good last night, whilst we're wearing tutus, you can actually access the server through a backdoor.
This is a lead developer, mind you.
Believe
He's
you
gonna
me,
be-
I think he might fall for it. Because he's so angry and looking for an explanation right now. I think he'll actually spend time trying it, which will at least give us a chance to maybe find out what the real reason was. Because fucked if I know. The only
the
person
real
I think
reason,
who could possibly come up with an answer is Danny.
the real reason you got banned is because the Team America guy actually killed the GM, looted his corpse, picked up the ban hammer, and hit you with it. So when the lead developer looked for your names for thinking the lead developer thought you killed him, looked for your names in the active player list, couldn't find them because you were already banned, and assumes you've somehow hacked his system.
I write back to him. Yes, there is a loophole. Team America looted your corpse, found the ban hammer, and hit us with it, thereby causing us to be banned at the time you came looking for us.
Oh, I'm such an idiot, comes the reply. So, how did Team America loot my corpse when you killed me?
Team America killed you.
Yes.
Oh, so you guys are banned for no reason?
Of course.
Yes.
We were trying to protect the good name of World of Warcraft and our own guild name from the terrible usurpers of our name that was Team America.
And the reply back comes, well, if you hadn't fucked me around so much and just explained that to the customer services team, we'd have had you unbanned in no time. As it stands, I think I'll leave it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It was worth it. We're back, guys.
Aye.
Now we can
You
get
go
back
to
into
log on, you're still banned.
What is this?
Schadenfreude 162 were unbanned.
Right.
In fact, it was just a statement from a confused customer services representative going, I don't understand. They're not banned. So she replied to you, Schadenfreude 162 are unbanned.
Yes, I am now going to have to call customer service.
Okay. And with an odd twist of fate, you do actually get straight through to the person who's been dealing with your case.
Wow.
Hello, there's a customer services.
Good evening.
Hello, how can I help?
Well, we've been having a very, very nice, gentle conversation over email, which unfortunately seems to have failed to solve the problem. I therefore feel that a far more direct, vocal conversation now needs to happen in order that we facilitate a proper resolution to our current situation, or to put it in slightly more simple terms for your benefit, so you can unfuck this right now.
All right. What's the problem?
Right. We, that is myself and my associates, are Guild Schadenfreude 162. Okay? Our guild name was nicked, stolen by another bunch of bloody charlatans. They are responsible for currently kicking us out and banning us. Now we want them banned and our name brought back to us because we are Schadenfreude 162. Do you know what Schadenfreude means? Customer service rep.
I can't ban Schadenfreude 162. They're the 100th best guild in the world, and their pictures are all over the newspapers today. David McGreen, Dean Regan, and Calvin Boot are famous players.
Yes. Let me reiterate. We are Schadenfreude 162, and any XP that bunch of charlatans has managed to acquire during the time that they have nicked our guild name should be rightly transferred to us. Why? Because it's ours. Do you know what Schadenfreude means? It means to take malicious, spiteful enjoyment in the downfall of others. Now, I want to have Schadenfreude over that guild. But failing that, I will enjoy maliciously watching your downfall.
Well, unfortunately for you, you're only the 101st best guild, and they're the 100th. We can't
Yes.
get involved in guild wars, but we can set your guilds at war, and you can try and defeat them. They're in the
Yeah,
Vindicator raid
listen,
at the moment.
Listen.
How about I
listen.
do that? I
What?
put you
No,
on
no,
PvP
no, 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 no,
with
no, no,
Schadenfreude
no, 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 no,
162,
no,
and
no, no, no,
I'll
no,
ban your
no.
account right
Customer
now,
service.
and
Thank you.
I will set your location to the Vindicator raid. There you go. You can go get your
No.
Schadenfreude against them as soon as you log in. You'll be logging in with Vindicator. I suggest you do it now, because if the raid's over by the time you're finished, Vindicator's going to punch the living daylights out of you. You're unbanned. Goodbye.
So,
You sorted it then.
are we sorted then, or what?
Maybe. It seems that the customer service of Blizzard are being what's the word? Assholes. Because this bunch of fucking wankers have been doing really well and gotten all this press, they are unwilling to ban them, but they have allowed us to go to the Vindicator raid thing with PvP and basically kick the shit out of them and take our name back that way.
Well, that's something, I suppose.
So, why the fuck aren't we gaming?
How much of the shift have you got left?
A couple of hours. It's a 12-hour shift. It's dystopian future.
Mhm.
Right, so you log on. You go through the 5-minute boot up sequence for this damn game. Plays the tune at you, and it's got the loading picture of the woman with the buxom breasts. This loading bar slowly moves. Sorry. And it says, you are entering the great city of the giants, loading zone. You do not have this DLC. Loading zone. You are entering the city of the giants. You do not have this DLC. Loading zone. City of the giants. You do not have this DLC.
I feel the need to email back.
How much is it?
Okay.
Oh, it's like 50 credits.
Emailing customer service back in bold capitals with underline WTF. You can WTF your WTF. Because like a determined celibate, I no longer give a fuck. Now, Get this fucking sorted. We can't get on the fucking server yet.
City of Giants in Velius is a DLC available for $50 in the credits in the Blizzard store. Thank you.
We were in there. How the fuck did we get fucking banned in the first place? We were fucking there.
I think I've broken Jason.
We're just going to spend some credits and get it again.
Let's just buy the DLC and get it set up again.
Okay, deduct the credits, and
Yeah.
you get into the game, finally. And there it is, this amazing raid. It's like the top of a giant castle, and there's like 4 towers around the outside. Each one has this big giant on, and different guilds are killing different giants, and in the middle is this even bigger giant in the courtyard of this giant castle. It has the name above his head, the Vindicator. And on one of the towers at the moment, you can see Schadenfreude 162. The names above the head have gone red, and they are killing a giant. And it goes down. In the other corners, Team America is killing a giant. In another corner, the Scottish team are killing the giant. And in the corner you've spawned, a giant is running towards you with its big giant hammer, and it comes swinging over. Now, it's currently aiming towards Talis Nightingale. One of you should be a warrior. I believe it's Kelrig.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is the time to get aggro on the giant before it hits the cleric, as its big hammer comes sweeping down.
With a natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay, it suddenly turns to face you in a snap. How much damage do you do? It's maximum damage.
Max damage is sword. It's if I'm doing it with double-handed, it's D12 plus 8. So 20.
20. Okay, 20% of its health vanishes in an instant. The Serper, what do you do?
So sorry, was Kelrig kind of further away? Like
No, Kelrig's just doing his job as a warrior, getting aggro, and so like you're all kind of just sort of stood in a circle. The giant ran for Talis. Kelrig hit it. It's giant's turn to Kelrig. You've got an action, and then I was going to go to Talis and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and roll on like between the giant's legs and then do my assassinate move thing.
Okay, assassinate only works if the monster isn't aware of you and was running toward you on spawn.
Oh, okay.
So
I wasn't sure if it was the same as like sneak attack or stuff. Okay.
no,
In that case, I'll try and get him with a crossbow.
you do still get backstab damage though if you can. No, I think you have to be. No, that is genuinely hit him in the back. You get backstab damage. So yes, you can go the other side of the giant.
All right, then I'll do that. Backstab damage.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So make your to hit roll. It is
Uh,
AC 5.
Oh, how does this work again? So my to hit is
So-
-2.
Your Thaco shouldn't be -2.
No, not my Thaco. My to hit is -2.
Oh, have you got really bad stats or something? Really bad strength or dex or something?
Yeah, my strength is 5.
Okay, so what's your Thaco?
I don't know where that actually is on here.
Okay, what level assassin are you?
I am. Oh, my AC is 3. My level is 5.
Okay, so you're a level 5 assassin.
If you go down the page, you should see.
Your Thaco is 19. So with -2 to hit, that means the Thaco with that weapon is 21. And what you do, to get your target number to roll, you take that 21 and you deduct its AC. Its AC is 5.
Mm-hmm.
So you would
You need a 16 or more.
Right. What would you say his AC was?
AC 5. So your Thaco with that weapon is 21.
I don't think I've done the sort of Thaco chart properly, but yeah.
No, that's fine. You just look at AC 0 basically, and then. Oh wait. Oh yeah. No, it is 16.
Well, I got 15.
Okay, you know what? It's close enough. Let's just make it AC 6. It's fine. I'm a nice GM sometimes. Right.
Luckily I heard you in real life. Roll damage. Where even is my damage? Wow, it's 1d4. Jesus. Oh, I got a 1.
Okay, and your backstab damage? I don't know what that is actually.
Oh, yeah, of course. Shit, sorry, I'm doing the wrong friggin' thing. Right, so this is a large creature, presumably.
It is indeed, yes.
Right, so my regular damage, beg your pardon, is actually 4. Backstab is double damage, so 8.
Okay. All right, and Tallis Nightingale.
Yeah, I have a mage +1 that I'm going to use on it. So,
So I've made it AC 6 now.
Yeah, I rolled a 1.
Oh, okay, you miss. No, I won't do anything too cruel to you on that one. Okay, the giant then goes to hit Kelvin and rolls a 4 and a 1, dropping its weapon because it rolled a 1. Yes, it drops its big warhammer. It hits the ground. Boom, as it strikes the floor, and the giant then goes, "Oh no, and wets itself. And you easily get the assassinate on it just because it's programmed to do this when it uses its weapon. It's a freak incident that happens occasionally with these giants. And in front of you is its loot pile, which is basically 2,000 gold coins.
Ooh.
A flowing black sash.
Mm-hmm.
And a big old warhammer.
Now, here's the thing. Something tells me the flowing black sash might be very useful for a cleric. But
seriously,
so is a big old warhammer.
A flowing, as in graceful and dexterous, black, as in dark, like the night, sash, thin, wistful.
Exactly.
A cleric.
It's perfect. Exactly. It's perfect priest wear.
Who's looting the flowing black sash?
Well, obviously, as loot monitor, I go over and start looting.
I'm going to nick the warhammer.
So who gets the flowing black? Who picks up the flowing black sash first, and who picks up the warhammer first?
I'll pick up the sash first. Seriously.
Okay. Which means you get to the warhammer first. Okay. So the flowing black sash is a no-drop item, which means it cannot be handed to another player.
Mm-hmm.
It is assassin only. And it is +2 to hit, because we need to sort that out for you.
Oh.
Right. And the warhammer is a no-drop item. And it is fighter only.
Huh.
And it is +8 to hit and D20 damage. It is a top-end raid item.
Oh,
So,
Now, at that
Thomas, you can
moment,
have the gold.
I'll dive into the gold.
you get the 2,000 gold. At that moment, all the giants on the 4 towers drop, and the Americans kind of just sit down, and the Scottish team sit down, and in goes Schadenfreude 162 as they head to the middle to take on the Vindicator. And that tank goes up first and starts hitting him. And before he's even taken damage, the cleric has started casting heal on their tank. And sure enough, by the time they finish casting heal, it's needed, and the heal lands, and then that ranger is doing some damage, and then it's taking damage so fast on the tank. It's going potion, then the heal lands, potion, heal lands. It's like it's coming in so quick. It's like the guy stops his attack and takes potions. Meanwhile, the ranger's going up at the side, hides whenever there's a chance that he might get aggro, and then reappears and bows some more and stuff. So this is like this really complicated, worked out plan of attack to defeat this thing. And all of their player names above their head are red.
So we want to take them on from behind.
Shit, where's all that meat going?
It's in your inventory.
Okay, I'm going to climb up somewhere high.
You're on top of a tower.
Ah, and they're down below.
They're fighting the Vindicator in the courtyard below.
Bombs away!
Okay, you start chucking these giblets out. Now, it shouldn't really, all this should actually do in the game, you know from experience, the giblet strikes you and you might get a little red mark on your armor. That's what should happen. But these things are physics objects, and they bounce off the walls of the castle as they go down until eventually they rattle their way to the bottom. And for some reason, maybe the physics weren't expecting giblets to drop this far. But the physics system doesn't seem to be right, and they start speeding up. Some of them disappear and ping off for miles, and some of them go really, really quick. And all of a sudden you notice your screen is kind of going slowly as you look at these giblets being processed in the physics as they drop down. Like as you look, the screen rate is going slower and slower and slower as these physics calculations of these giblets go all a bit wonky. And then it happens, the cleric fails to hit heal, presumably that they're just frozen in space. And as the tank dies, you see them start to cast a spell. It just kind of goes, the tank dies, and then the Vindicator smashes through them, and it's all a big disaster. And then you notice now that there's a press gallery above. And it's got all these level 1 characters on, all naked, and they're all kind of watching with their mouths open, going.
I'll drink to that, gentlemen.
Right. Something decidedly fishy about that loss.
Then a giant pops on the Team America tower, but you notice they've moved over to the tower the Scottish team are on. The Scottish team have moved over to where what they call Schadenfreude 162 were. And the giant pops there as well, leaving the tower that Team America was on empty. But a giant pops there, and just pops into existence. It's respawning. And then the giant pops on top of you.
Who are?
Team America are screaming in the chat, "You fucking idiots, you should have moved to the next tower. You're stopping the next group coming in. We're going to lose control of the whole spawn now. We've got a rogue giant running around." And it turns into pandemonium as this giant that's sort of left on the tower by itself goes charging over to Team Scotland. It's like, "This is a 4 guild raid. What the fuck are you guys even doing here?" And the Scottish team wipe as there's multiple giants hit them, and then those 2 giants then go charging over to Team America and hit them, and then 3 giants come charging over towards you guys, and you're already dealing with a giant.
At this point, I simply type in one line. What are we doing here? Our name says it all. This is Schadenfreude.
Yeah, says the person called Talis Nightingale of the Usurpers.
And we're usurping and taking back our rightful name.
Okay. It says, you have died. Loading. And you return at your bind spot naked.
Totally worth it.
Yeah. That was something worth getting naked for.
So you've lost, at the moment, your flowing black sash and your mace +1 and all the other stuff is on your corpse inside a giant city in a raid location.
I thought you said Flame Black Sash was no drop equipment.
Sorry, yes, you've still got that, and you've still got the Warhammer that you can't drop, Talis.
Yes, thank you.
Other than that, you're in your newbie gear.
All the gold's been left behind. But if we go now, there should be a lot of loot available in there.
Well, what we have to do is just wait for the raids to end, and then we go over there and just scoop it all up.
Okay, well, after some time, another raid does indeed form and starts killing these giants. Then you're able to go in and loot the corpses, actually. I'm not going to completely screw you over there, actually, because I just realised how harsh I could be with that. But as you zone into or you've just picked up all your gear, and you come out of the raid location, and leaving the people doing that raid to their thing, because you're not in queue for it and everything else. There's an etiquette the guilds will join up at the time and queue up and stuff. And you come out back into the Velius expansion that you went to explore earlier. And you're sort of in a safe spot, and you get a moment to catch your breath. And all of a sudden, one of the textures on your screen changes to a picture of a dick with it's kind of a dick-shaped American flag. And then another texture changes. And then a texture on your character's arm changes. This American flag dick. And then all the textures start just changing one by one. Meanwhile, there's this guy from Team America, just the other side of, like, looking at you, and he's holding his banhammer.
I quickly grab a screenshot before he bans us.
Yeah. Print screen.
Yep.
Okay. Bearing in mind, this is a screenshot of your game with dick pics.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, during work time.
What do you do with the screenshot? He doesn't ban you, by the way, at the moment. But he is holding a weapon he shouldn't have.
Send it over to complaints, and yeah, preferably turn around and show the weapon that he's got.
Just question, complaints or Lord British?
Lord British.
Actually, I was going to say, let's hit them both. I'll send a screenshot to complaints. You send one to Lord British.
Okay.
Let's fuck them from both angles.
All right. So we leave this session just as you get an email and a Bentley turns up.
Ooh.
The email is from customer services, and it says, for sending unsolicited dick pics to our customer service team, you have been banned for 1 day, and you are prohibited from hereafter ever contacting support ever again. And then the silent Bentley rolls up at your security gate, and out steps Lord British. He's got glasses, by the way, with little screens above them, And as he gets out the car, his hand down by his side is typing on a keyboard.
Oh, shit.
Somebody got my ban hammer.
Yes, Team America have your ban hammer.
I know, I saw the picture. Nice UI, by the way.
Thank you.
I love all the dicks. Now,
You may have to look at that broom thing again.
I can't get back into the game at the moment. I've got none of my gear. Team America nicked it. But I need players I can trust to go in and get it back.
You're looking at the right people.
But can we get unbanned from customer service? They didn't really like the aesthetic of our avatars.
I can sort that out. There we go. There we go. I've just unbanned Schadenfreude 162.
Thank you.
Now, I know you're going up against a GM weapon, so I'm going to need to give you a little edge. There is a thing that can be done. There is this monster called Kerafin. Has the best loot in the game. It's an unkillable monster. But I'm going to give you the secret to killing him. The best loot. If you get that, you can get my ban hammer back. Do we have an understanding?
Hey.
He's still tapping away on his leg, on his keyboard on his leg. No. No. Sorry. Email just came in. Right. Next week. Until then, people.
I'll see you next week.
Thank you for watching this episode. Hope you've had a good time. And yes, madness and stuff. So we'll see you next week, and we'll have to come up with a new way of doing a copper disclaimer before we begin streaming. So thank you for watching, Steve.
Thank you,
See you,
Steve.
Steve.
Hope you've had a good time. Bye-bye.
Bye.